Why is it so difficult to let go of what others think of us or tell us? Why is it so difficult to let go of the definitions that we have of our life? Why is it so difficult for us to find a place where we love ourselves unconditionally, no matter what we have done, no matter what we have said? Why is it so hard for us to accept the idea that we are worthy, that we are enough, that we don't need to have or do or be more? From where we are already enough. And whatever we want or we need in our life is fine. There is nothing wrong with all of that. And if you don't have what you want, it's not because you are a problem or you are wrong. It's just that maybe what you want is not exactly what you need. And why is it so hard to trust life is process? Why is it so hard to trust the way life unfolds and the way life judges the events and things in life? Why do we tend so easily to blame everyone and everything instead of just owning our place and our role in all of this and taking our responsibility, where we are able to really respond rather than react? A lot of things happen in the life of a human being. In one day, we can notice that there are a lot of things going on. There are things that are good, others that are not good, and others that are neutral. But it's not that those events are different. It's not that the event in itself is positive or negative or neutral. It's more about our perception of it. And this is where I really want people to put their focus and start to become aware of, to acknowledge it. Because we do it, but in an unconscious way. So we are not aware when we are filtering the events that are happening in our life. We are not aware while we are putting our judgment and things and considering them whether good or bad or or neutral. We do it just in a reactive mode. And we let some things affect us very badly and others affect us very positively, when in reality, we can choose to all the time have a same attitude towards everything. Because it's not about what is happening to you. It's about what is happening within you. How are you seeing it? How are you defining it? How are you interpreting it? And how are you experiencing it? Because it's not about the circumstance. It's about your attitude. That is where I think there is a lot of misunderstanding and confusion. We usually are really very conditioned about our external world. And we don't give credit to our inner world. We don't give it the importance that it needs from us in order for us to experience life in a better way, to level up our way of experiencing it. We forget that everything is about relationships. You relate to life as in a relationship, and it's a relationship that you are perceiving from your own point of view. You are basically and literally the creator of your own reality, and you are doing it through your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, and your actions. And whatever result you are obtaining in your life is your responsibility. Whether you like it or not, that is not the question. Because here as well, if you like or dislike, if you prefer or don't prefer what you are obtaining and experiencing right now, it's on you. It's not gonna happen from outside. Because I'm sure you have experienced situations in your life where you change the circumstance, where you get what you want, where you obtain the thing you want. You get the promotion, you raise your business, you get the money, you get the right partner. It lasts for a very brief moment, and then you get back to that situation. Because you think that it's about the conditions. If I change that, if I do that, if I get that, I will feel better. I will be happier. I will be more able to do those things. When in reality, it's not about the condition. It's about you. It's about how are we dealing with it within us. So if I want to change my life, I really need to change myself. I really need to start becoming aware of who am I actually right now. And you can see it through what you are having in your reality. Because our reality is an old movie that we are experiencing it. It's as if this reality, this present moment, is the product of our past, of the way we used to think, we used to behave and we used to feel. And we are creating the present based on that way of seeing life. Let's call it a filter through which we are seeing and experiencing life. And if you want to change it, you need to become aware of what is the actual present situation. What are the results that we are getting? What are the behaviors that we are making? And what are the choices that we are making? How do we feel about them? And now, from that point, if there are things that I do not prefer, things that don't make me happy, things where I don't feel fulfilled, things that I really feel I don't want anymore in my life, I can start thinking about what do I prefer. This is a helpful way because most of us human beings get to what we prefer through experiencing what we do not prefer. It helps us have a clarity about, okay, those kind of experiences are the experiences that I don't want to have in my life anymore. Therefore, the opposite might be the thing that I prefer. If I am living in scarcity, I prefer being in abundance. If I live in a single life where I am lonely, I prefer to be in a relationship with a partner. If I am right now in a situation where I have a job that I don't feel fulfilled in, maybe there is no gratification, maybe that I don't have the salary that I desire, the lifestyle that I desire, or the body that I don't desire right now, what do I prefer? And why do I prefer that? So you see, this is a good way to start changing our conditions, becoming aware of them, because the sooner you acknowledge who you are right now, what you are doing, and what do you have, and whether you prefer that thing or don't prefer it, and then from there, with awareness and sincere transparency with yourself, start filtering and selecting. If there are things in your life that are good for you and you do enjoy them, please keep them and maintain them and nurture them and focus on them. And if there are things that you do not prefer, start considering how you want to change them. What is the alternative? What are the other ways? How would you like it to be? And start creating it from that part. There is a point that needs to be understood also, because in this process of shifting things on our reality, things that we do not prefer towards things that we prefer, there will be a huge gap. There will be a place where we don't know how. Maybe we don't even know what and why. And that is a place where a process is going on. Because while you are recognizing the things that you don't prefer and removing them from your life, this gap is going to become bigger. And it's as if the universe is preparing the space for you to be ready to receive what you do prefer. And to change things in our life, there is a process that needs to be done also within us, because it's not about changing everything around us. It's about changing who we are and how we perceive things. And in this process, while we are in this gap, it's really fundamental to be okay with the fact that there will be moments where we are not going to be able to do things, where we are going to feel stuck, where we are going to feel like we don't know and we are confused, because we are going into a shift of life where we are moving from a way of living where we did already know how things work because we were basing them on our physical experience. So in that situation, you keep doing things that you have already done, so you know how to do them. When you are moving into a place where you want to experience things that maybe you have never done, it's about shifting everything in you, so you don't know how to do it. So let's normalize the fact that you don't know how to do it. Let's be okay with that. And let's also acknowledge that in that moment, we need to find a place where we surrender. And by surrendering, I mean that we allow to our higher part to be able to create, to conceive, for us to perceive. And please know also that the more you are going to be in the resistance, and the resistance can be, I don't know how to do it, there is something wrong with me, there must be something else I need to learn, and you feel frustrated, and you feel angry and upset, and maybe you want to let go of it and just surrender and don't do anything anymore. That is not productive. that is not going to allow you to receive what you need to receive. The best place where you are the receiver is the place where you are calm, where you understand what is going on, and where you acknowledge and accept that you can't figure it all out in the here and now. What you can do is focus on what you do have right now and what you can do with it, and how you can, you yourself, shift your perspective, shift your beliefs, prepare yourself to be ready to receive what you prefer. And the emotional side of it is very important, because when you find yourself trapped in a turmoil of negative emotions and feelings, you cannot just delete them and forget about them. It's important on that moment to acknowledge them and to be aware of them, to understand what emotion am I feeling and why am I feeling it. If I am feeling that I am frustrated, the frustration usually is because expectations have not been met. So where is it that I am not meeting my expectations? And most importantly, what are those expectations? Are they actually realistic for me right now? Am I able right here and now to do something about them? If I cannot do something about them, then I need to move on and do what I really and concretely can do. And ruminating the past, living in the regrets, feeling like you are not good enough, feeling like you are not able to do it, or doubting yourself is not going to help you. It's more about trying to listen to your emotions, to see where is it that you have the belief that you are not good enough, and just work with it. Understand that you are always enough, for example, and understand that you don't have to have it all figured out. It has never been the case, and nobody does. Because if you just sit for a moment and think about all the moments in your life where you started something new for the first time, it wasn't perfect the first time. It wasn't perfect neither the second or the third time. Maybe it took you a long time before you get there and become best. But what made you get to that point and make it possible for you and really normal for you at a certain point was the consistency, the repetition, the not giving up and keeping doing it even though it wasn't perfect. And you can turn back to your childhood. The first time you learned to walk, maybe most of us don't remember how we learned to walk. But at the beginning it was trying to stand up, falling many times, and trying to walk again and again, and don't give a damn about what others might think. Don't being attached to an outcome such as I want to run in 7 days, or a deadline, or a way to do it, or maybe walk like a model or like a cat. No, it was just about I am learning to walk. I am walking to become a better walker. This is a very good example because in the childhood, there weren't all the pressures, the external pressures that we developed while we were growing to become an adult. We didn't have the pressure, we didn't nurture those opinions and those fears or all those emotions and worries about what people might think of me, about perfectionism, about how things have to be done or should be done. It was just about being yourself on that moment and doing the thing that you felt the calling to do, and you just did it naturally. And you did it more than one time, and you repeated it without giving up, and you didn't worry about whether it's right or wrong, whether it's beautiful to see or not. It was just between you and yourself. And you walked, and then you started running, and then after that you started with a bicycle. Do you remember how you trained with the bicycle? Well, how it was the first time and how it was after so many times? It's the same thing for everything in our life. It's just that some other things just get on the road. We started caring about what others think. We started doubting ourselves because someone told us that we weren't able, or maybe someone didn't watch us while we were doing it, or maybe they didn't compliment us when we did it. Maybe it was a parent, it was a teacher, a good friend, someone that was really important for us. They didn't give us the approval and the attention. But it doesn't have to be this way. We really need to find a place where we relearn what it was to start something new and be okay with not being attached to a certain outcome, but just going for it and learning while doing. It's something that is gonna really improve your life. It's gonna make it easier for you to start new things. It's gonna make it easier for you to make big changes in your life without the fear of disappointing someone or not meeting an expectation or not meeting a deadline. Because it's honestly and truly not about when it's gonna happen or if it's gonna happen or whether it's gonna be accepted by others or not. It's really something that is for you to do for yourself. And if it brings benefits to others, then welcome, it's well done. But it's have to be for you. It have to be something that stimulates you, that makes you happy, that excites you in the present moment, where you feel like you are doing your best and you are enjoying it without pressure. And what is pressure if not what we think others think of us? What is frustration if not expectations that are coming from external conditions and situations and peoples? What is anger if not crossing boundaries or our boundaries being crossed and our space and our privacy and our freedom being touched and affected and disturbed by others? It's all about what we are allowing to happen in our life. It's all about how we are perceiving it and how much space we are giving to it. I think it's really important to not give that much weight to how things should unfold and not give so much weight to what is happening outside of us. And find a place where before we let anything affect us, take a moment to observe it. Really observe what is happening and develop the decision making skill that we do have and choose whether we are going to make it mean something for us or not, and if we want the meaning to be for us constructive or not. Because if we don't do that, we are going to stay in the reactive mode. And when we stay there, unfortunately, everything outside us is going to create our reality. And we are not going to like what we are going to receive. Most of the time, it's not going to be what we want and what we prefer. And we are going to find ourselves in a prison in order to satisfy everyone, in order to meet the expectations of everyone. And guess what? We will never meet expectations of others. Because first of all, we don't know them. We believe that we know them. But what we think they want from us is actually what we think they think of us. It's really something really tricky, but it's all about your perception. It's not about their perception. You own and you are responsible for your own perception of everything. So just try to find a place where you normalize things, where you break them down and make them sound simple, because life is simple. It's us that we complicate it. It's not that things that happen to us are bad to us or are here to punish us. It's that we are seeing it as if it's here to punish us. And we can change this way of seeing things. We can change our perception. Because the same thing that happens to me and you can have a meaning for me and a different one for you. We might both have the same challenges, but you might see in them tragedies and I might see in them opportunities or areas for me to grow, resilience, or victimhood. This is something that nobody can tell you. This is something that nobody can put in your head or tell you how to do it. That is in you, because nobody will come to save you. It's not their place, it's not their role. We really need to start reminding ourselves that no matter what happened in your life, in our life, it is our responsibility, it is our choice. We really need to get out of this victimhood. We really need to get out of this blaming life and others and really start to accept that we are the responsible of our life, in the good and in the bad. And to remember that good or bad is a definition. If it's a definition, you can change it. If it's an opinion, you can change it. You are allowed to change your mind. You are allowed to change your personality. You are allowed to change your attitude. And you are allowed to change everything in your life. It's on you, in nobody else. And you might lose people in the road. You might lose things. But it's for the highest good. If you want to change and level up your life, you really need to let go of so many things. And the most important thing is to let go of the victimhood. We lose a lot of time. We put a lot of our energy on so many things, and most of them are not even relevant for our existence. If we only shift it and we really start questioning, where is it that I am putting my focus right now? And is it actually relevant for me or not? If it's not relevant, why don't I let go of it? Why don't I leave that space for me, for the things that are relevant and important for me? Why do I have to care about what others think of me, for example? It's none of my business. It's not in my power. And it's not about me, it's about them. Why do I have to put my opinion on judgment? It's not my place to judge others or to give my opinion about them. It's none of my business. I don't know their full story. I don't know the full picture. So why would I waste so many energy in those things? Why do I put so many energy on allowing others' opinion of me to define me, to stop me from being who I am, to make me doubt of who I am, to shake my identity and my core self? I should only accept and allow to bother me or to be in my reality as relevant only the things that are going to help me grow, expand, learn, improve. If it's not the case, honestly, let go of it. Just focus on what is going to help you be more of yourself. Be more of the things that you want to do and have them. I think that the secret is mainly to become aware of yourself. Once you become aware of yourself, you are the observer. And when you are the observer, you have the power to choose. To choose how to respond, what to take, and what to let go of. So if it is your case and you are in a situation of your life where you feel like you are not heard or not understood, like people are judging you maybe in an unfair way, please know that it's in your head. It's not the reality. And you don't have to be understood by anyone. You need to be understood by yourself. So if you are feeling this emotion and you do have the belief that you are not heard and that people don't approve you and they don't understand you and they are very hard on you and they are unfair with you, see it as an invitation for you to check on yourself. Where is it that you are judging yourself? Where is it that you are not listening to yourself? Where is it that you are very criticizing of yourself? And how can you do about it? How can you improve that area? How can you improve that part of you to improve your relationship with yourself? Find a place where you become love for yourself, where you have this unconditional love for yourself and for others. Because if someone does something that is not good, it doesn't mean that they are not good. It means that they have done something that you don't agree with. Because what is not good for you isn't necessarily what is not good for others. But you do have the right to either agree or disagree with it, to engage with it or don't engage with it. You define if it's relevant for your reality or not. But in all the cases, you get to love. Because love is the most powerful energy in the world. It's the most beautiful thing that you can feel for yourself and then project it around you. In the same way, you feel not heard or maybe judged because someone didn't hear you and hear your side of the story, remember that others as well do have those experiences. So treat others the way you want to be treated and treat yourself the way you want to be treated. If you want to be heard, hear others and hear yourself. If you want to be loved unconditionally because you know that you are a whole person, that you are not an action, a mistake, an emotion, or a failure or a success, you know that you are more than that. You know that all of those things are areas of your life, or actions in your life, are experiences in your life, but they do not define you. Whether the good or the bad, they don't define you. And it's the same for every human being. We cannot judge people or condemn them based on a trailer that we have seen. We don't know all the story. And we will never be able to know all the story. but we can agree or disagree with it. That is our right. It's really important to become aware of those things, to really notice them when they happen, to observe them. It's important to be present in our life, in our daily life. Enough of being a zombie in our life. Enough of just following things and taking everything as if it's a truth. Nothing in this reality is a truth. Nothing is an absolute truth. Everything is an opinion. Everything is a judgment. Everything is a belief. And they are thoughts. They are opinions coming from other human beings. And it's all in our choice. Whether we want to take that belief or not, whether we want to take that judgment or not, we want to relate to it or not, that is your power. That is your power of creation of your reality. So just put your energy where it really needs to be. Be present, be self-aware, be an observer, and so always choose wisely from love, from compassion, with the intention that you want to be yourself, to be a better version of yourself, and you want to have for yourself and to create for yourself a world that represents you and reflects you. Remember that this world, really, these circumstances, conditions, people, everything that you are experiencing is nothing but a reflection of who you are. If you don't like what you see, just change within something. If you don't like not being heard by people, start listening to yourself truly and sincerely. Start validating yourself. Validating the good and the bad. Because all of you is amazing. And even the things that you believe that are wrong, for example, your negative emotions, your negative thoughts, maybe your failures, things that didn't went the way you wanted them to, they are all part of you, and they are making the person that you are today, and they are contributing on making you the person you are aspiring to be. So welcome them, acknowledge them, be aware of them, and choose wisely what is going to be their proportion in your life, what is going to be their role, how are you going to define them. And I think the best way to relate with anything that is happening to us and to perceive it is to see everything as a lesson, as a value, rather than seeing it as a punishment, as something to blame or someone to blame. Everything is here to help us have a better experience of this life, give it a better meaning, and get where we want to be. But it's all happening now, so in every given moment, always find a place where you are self-aware, you know yourself, you know what you feel, you know why you feel it, and you know what you want about it. What do you want to make it feel? This is my invitation for you today. And I really hope it can help you in your journey. And if you are feeling not heard, not understood, judged by others, maybe not accepted, please, please, please remember that it's an invitation from yourself, your inner self, for you to listen to yourself, to love yourself, to accept yourself, and always be mindful and remember that we really need to learn more to treat people the way we want to be treated. We really need to stop treating people in a way and expecting to be treated in a different way. That is not fair, in my opinion, of course. Because if I want to be heard by people, I'd better start by hearing them. Because I teach you how to love me by showing you how I love myself. If I don't listen to myself, if I don't listen to you, I cannot expect from you to listen to me. That is not fair, and it's not going to happen. But if I listen to myself and I really want to listen to you, I guarantee you, you are going to be very happy to listen to me. And if you are someone that don't want to listen to people and don't care, life is going to move you away from my life. This is how life is wise and beautiful. We just need to trust it. We just need to trust ourselves. And in order to trust ourselves, we need to know ourselves. Because once we are self-aware and we do know ourselves very well, nothing external will ever affect us. we will find ourselves in a place where nothing can affect us. We choose how to relate to it. And if we make everything that happened to us as an opportunity for us to learn, to grow, and to improve, that is already a huge win and a huge success. I can't wait to see you in the next video where I go through how to let go of others' opinion of us. And I'm sure it's gonna have a deep message for you. So take care of yourself and see you in the next video. Much love.